because someone requested that in the last one, and I thought I did do that, but I guess that I was like, I went really fast. I guess I didn't really type as much as I thought I did. So let's get into it. So the first book that I read in the month of February was Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. Let me pull it up. Lolita. So this book, I ended up giving I think, I gave it 2 stars, but I think it honestly was probably more of a 1.5 star. I actually started this book back in, I think, June. So in the summertime is when I bought it. That was before I really got into reading very much. I mean, I've always been a reader, but that's before I started like trying to read a book a week. And it was actually more interesting than I thought it would be. It like held my attention more than it would. But let me read my review. Well, let me just look at my review and I'll tell you what I thought. I did definitely read this because it was Lana Del Rey's favorite book. Now, you can obviously see that I like Lana Del Rey a little bit. But after reading this, I was like, girl, why is this your favorite book? Like, are you okay up here? Like, what's going on, mama? Let's talk about it. But yeah, it was pretty underwhelming. I love movies, so I read the book so I could watch the movie, and I don't want to watch the movie. Like, I just don't think that's the vibe for me. Like, I read it with the intent to watch it, and I just didn't want to do that. Like, there's so much that I have annotated in this book because it's just insane. Like, because the way he would describe her would like make me sick. And like, she's a little girl. It was just weird. It was just weird. I don't know. It just, was interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. It kind of grossed me out. And it was interesting because there were things that you think would like be big plot points that were like really pushed, really pushed, but they would just kind of be like, oh, she's gone. Like, it was just not as good as I thought it would be. But yeah, that's the first book I read this month. So we started kind of on a dud, unfortunately. The next book I read this month was on my iPad. I read The Employees by Olga Raven, named when a girl, and I hated that book. I was really excited to read Eileen, and I ordered that from Amazon, and it wasn't going to be in, like, there was like a couple days between where I didn't have a book to read, so I decided to just write this one on my iPad really quick. It was like 100 pages, pretty short. I give it 1 star. 1 star. It took me an hour to read. I read it in a coffee shop. It was so boring. And it made me literally fall asleep. It made me fall asleep. I'll give you the synopsis. So it's about, it's like the, like, logs of what's the word? Like, a space crew. It's humans and humanoids. So the humanoids are like robot humans, and the humans are real humans, and they're on a space journey to do something in space. I think the world ended, or I don't even know. I don't know what happened in this book. But it was just like basically them meeting with somebody in a not very unlikable. She's kind of gross. Like, there are some patches. I only marked it 3 times. There was nothing really remarkable about the book at all. Okay, sorry, there's someone in my way being super duper loud. It wasn't much remarkable about this book. It's just her living in New England and hating her life and hating her dad, and her dad's an alcoholic, and every day she's like, I hate my life and my dad. And then Rebecca moves to town, and she's apparently just so cool. And then, they hit it off or whatever, and then things happen. You know what I mean? Things didn't start happening until this part of the book. Nothing happened in this book. I didn't really like it. This book I also read so I could watch the movie, and I watched the movie. The movie put me to sleep. It had Anne Hathaway in it, and that one girl who has a really mousy voice. It was not good. Like, let me see if there's like, what did I mark? I think I marked something nasty in here, but I didn't tab it because like I just didn't need to tab that. I was just like, what the hell? I don't know. Not a fan of this one. I gave this 2.5 stars. No, 2 stars, not 2.5. Let me not trip. Okay. Sorry about like all the noise. Once again, I do live in an apartment complex, so I try to like keep it as quiet as I can, but I can only control so much, like somebody's mowing the grass. I don't know. Okay, the next book that I read, because it was Valentine's week, I decided to pick up Beach Read by Emily Henry. This one I tapped a lot, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. See? Oh. That's really hard to do. Betrayed by Landry. This one I gave 4 stars because who doesn't love a good Emily Henry romance book? Like, I love Emily Henry romance book. And it was just so good. I'm so sorry this video has so many cuts. I don't know what's going on. This girl keeps walking back and forth, having a really loud conversation on the phone with her friend. But I just really enjoyed this book. It was just what I needed. Like, it just makes me happy. And there was actually a lot more spicy scenes in this book than there was in our other book. I'm not a big spicy scene girl. I like spicy scenes in books. I mean, I like spicy stuff. I just don't like spicy books necessarily because, like, I read my books all the time and I don't have time to just stop what I'm doing and address the spiciness and how it's making me feel, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. It's just so cute. This was a really, really cute, well done book. It's about it's kind of enemies to lovers. It's about 2 polar opposites who knew each other in college and they hated each other. They were rivals in college, or at least she thinks that. And now they're both writers, and he's a more acclaimed writer than her. And she writes happy endings, he writes sad endings, and so they meet each other in this small town. Like, she moves there after like her dad passes away, and it's a whole thing, and it goes from there. They bet each other to write a book in each other's genres and see who will win the bet. If you win the bet, you get I don't know what it was, you got like a review on the book, but from the other author. So yeah, it was just made my heart warm. I love Miss Emily Henry. She can do no wrong, except for that new book she made before, whatever one that was, where the really pink one. I didn't like that one. I have it. I read 70 pages and put it down. So yeah, that one was my favorite, but this one was just so good. I just love it. But yeah, let's Beach Read. So good. I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, last BOTM. Whoa. Okay, last BOTM, our book of the month, is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Some good refrigerator kicked on. I'm so sorry. I don't even know. It's just like the worst circumstances. She meets this girl and turns out she's a famous podcaster, and she's like, oh my gosh, do a story on me. So she's like, okay, even though the other girl's kind of put off by her, but the girl who meets her, there's a lot of hers. Her name is Josie and Alex. Alex is the podcaster. Josie is just like the regular woman, same age, obviously. And she's like, oh my gosh, you need to do a podcast with me. And the girl is like, I don't know. And then she's like, wait, maybe I should, because Josie's vibe is just a little bit off. Long story short, she starts doing this podcast on her and finds out a lot of insane things about her life, about her home life, about her children, and talk to people about her in the town when she meets them, do with her podcast. And they're all like, oh, I know them, they're weird. Like, it's just weird vibes. And yeah, this is really good. The end of the book, not the end of the book, but it turns into some like true crime thing. It's really interesting. And yes, I tap this one a lot too. And look at my color coded tabs. I try to color code it every time, but some books make it easier for me with what I have, what I'm rocking with. So yeah, this is oh my gosh. Why are the R's so hard to trace? Why are the R's so difficult? But yeah, really big fan of this book. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really, really good. I think that looks weird, but it sounds nice. I'll do it when you get the names. Okay, well, that concludes the books that I read in February. I'm still going strong with my New Year's resolution to read for an hour every day. So, yeah, and like I said last time, that's all that I'm doing. By reading for 1 hour every day, I have finished 5 books. So, just if you want to start getting into reading, just commit for a little bit of time and consistency. You'll get there. It'll be great. It's so fun reading, I've realized. And books on Amazon are always cheaper than books in Barnes & Noble. One thing that I do to still satisfy that urge is I go to Barnes & Noble, I look around, take pictures of all the books that I like, add them to my Goodreads want to read list, and then I order them on Amazon when I get a chance. Not all at the same time, because I can't read that many books. I do like 2 at a time. But oh my gosh, I still need to get my book from the package pickup place. Whatever. Yeah. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. And tune back in next week or next Saturday. Sorry, there was only one upload last week. I had a lot of things going on in my personal life. I had to take a little break. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate your support. It's really nice to see people actually wanting to watch these videos. So yeah, if you made it this far, I love you so much. If you made it